All right, we're all back together. And you had to look back.
I had to. So I looked back to see how long it had been. So I guess I missed 3 shows. The best I can figure. So I think the 16th. So today is the 13th. Mm-hmm. My mom's birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, Carolyn.
Birthday. Yo.
Yeah.
I missed a couple. So.
And you missed. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been touch
and
and
it's
go.
not even like middle of summer.
Well, and I had a vacation in there too, which only complicated matters, of course. A vacation, lowercase v.
Remember you left?
Yeah, I left. I went somewhere.
That is the definition of vacation, right? You vacated.
Yes,
from
I guess
your
so.
premises.
I guess so.
For a fucking week.
I guess so. It just wasn't the most enjoyable thing. And it's funny because my wife was like, "You always think like you're doing me a favor. Like I'm going down there so that the kids can have time with their grandparents while they're still around. You know, like everybody has the best intentions." I'm sorry, you were saying something about best intentions. Oh, you were finished. Well, then allow me to retort. Anyway, so we're going to break conventions this week because you've been gone for so long, Chris, and we're under a bit of a time constraint.
We are.
So you go ahead and start with your Nerd Week, and then we'll figure the rest out.
Okay. Well, I have a little musical intro to my week.
The motherfucking saga continues.
So where to start? Let's talk about my wife.
She was up and eating when last time I saw her. That was great.
That was great. So, recap for anyone who's new here. My wife had neck surgery in December. Went well. Fell down the steps the first week of January and broke her tailbone.
Yeah.
Got like a nerve block injection that went away.
Neck surgery, of course, if she had her epiglottis removed.
Yeah. Or hemoglobin. Her hobgoblin was inflamed. So, and listening back, the trauma induced by her calf test and the bleeding in the ambulance ride. Do they give a punch card out for ambulance rides? I'm just curious. So get through that. So her next procedure is this spinal stimulator, her Sandevistan Cyberpunk, the first upgrade, right?
Yeah.
And just for what people can understand, they basically go in, they cut a hole in your back, they go into your spine, apparently shave some bone away and put these electrodes in, somehow run those wires down, and there's a battery pack like probably right above where like your pants would sit. And we'd gone when she had the neck surgery, went to a surgery. I think it's the Monocacy Surgery Center. I don't think they need a flex or anything, but this is one of those places that, you know, it's not a hospital. It's, you know, they're there from 9 to 5 or
like
whatever.
Outpatient.
Yeah, it's essentially an output. They do surgery there, and you know the neck surgery thing. I don't know, maybe 5-6 hours, and that's great. From the time we got there, you know, you got to get there early. Let them.
Yeah.
So same place, having the same procedure. I will tell you, this place, like, we're the only people in this whole place, like, for 5 hours. So I think they probably have some shit going on unrelated.
Right.
So they do the procedure. You know, I think we were scheduled to be there at 12 for a 1 o'clock procedure. The doctor ends up being late. I think it's 2:30 by the time they get her open. Yeah. So they do the procedure. They've got her, you know, the doctor comes out and is like, hey, they're having a hard time managing her pain after recovery. I'm like, she doesn't do anesthesia well. That's fine. Long story short, they cannot get her pain under control. Keep in mind, they cut her back muscles open to do this. Well, the surgery center fucking closes. So you know what happens after that? You get to go back to good old Frederick ER via ambulance again.
Oh, my God.
Which from medical facility to medical facility, that's fine. You know, and, you know, she's riding in the back of an ambulance. And I don't know the ins and outs of ambulances, but she said it was just and I know they have to go fast. So they have to be performed. But is there not a way to put a fucking air ride suspension in some of these motherfuckers? Because, like, you know, they're trying to get her from basically we're real close to the Regal Cinemas, right back behind, close to Manaloo's.
Okay.
That's where this place is.
Okay.
Got to get there to Frederick Hospital.
Down 7th Street.
And, you know, they did the best they could to take it the most gentle route, but it still ain't great.
Yeah.
Get to the hospital. Have another ER experience. Now, it was confusing because when they got there, they didn't understand what they thought her back was like hurt, and so they were trying to give her like medicine towards. Like, no, I had surgery.
Right.
Did they not tell you? So we're sitting in this. Basically, they put you in these. It's like a roundabout room with a bed, and I think it was probably the same place we were last time. I think it's like the triage. Is that what they call it?
Yeah, probably.
And we've been there 30, 40 minutes. I finally popped my head and nobody said anything about what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And all these, it's always funny when you go to places and the little cliquey people that work together, you see them like these motherfuckers. So I walked up to the little clique. I mean, hey, what's going on over here in the room? Whatever. Like, oh, we're just waiting on our bed. Mm-hmm. Okay, fine. Well, while we're in there, they bring in this older gentleman. Like, I'd say older. He's probably in his 80s. He has fallen apparently. Mm-hmm. And he keeps talking about he's missing out on his spaghetti from Rocky's. He says something, I count it, because every time he says it, I hold my finger. He says something about that 6 times, about spaghetti at Rocky's. So I look at him like, what is this? And I guess it's some local chain kind of pizzeria. Have you ever heard of it?
Yeah,
Rocky's?
so Rocky's used to be down on Mater Avenue.
That means nothing to me.
Yeah, but it wasn't too far from where our townhouse was, where
Okay.
we used to live. But like, and it was cool. It was a nice little spot. The pizza was decent. It wasn't crazy good, but it was decent.
This guy loves it.
But they had closed that location.
loves the
So I don't know if they opened up somewhere else. That area in general kind of
Spaghetti. It was just so funny. This guy kept his like Rocky. So
a lot of neighborhoods that ended in meadows, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, understand.
That's good advertising. Now I want to try it.
So get her in a room finally around 1:00, right? And they apparently, okay, and maybe I just don't understand the way hospitals work. So they take her from this triage area to a room and I think they call it an observation room. And this is a shared room. Like there's, her and there's an elderly lady that has internal bleeding. That's her roommate. So at 1:00 in the morning, they finally get her in a room. And the nursing staff was asking these questions.
At 1:00 in the morning. What time did you get there?
5.
Okay.
Does that track?
Yeah. I mean, well, I read an article. I swear to God, I read an article recently. It's the craziest thing about the hospital system, because the hospital system since COVID has been fucked. And Maryland is ranked the worst.
Are you serious?
In the nation? Yeah. And
I've worked at like 6 of them, so I can attest to
and
that.
then I read like the rankings in Maryland and who was the worst there, and then that was interesting too. But like, the truth is like the nurses and shit aren't getting paid enough.
Right.
So everybody's going and doing like traveling nursing and all this sort of
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah,
where you
that's
can
the thing.
where you can make a ton of money.
Yep.
And as a result, they don't have the staff. Some of these places have the beds, but they don't have the staff. And in some places don't have the beds. But like, so like the whole, if you can probably go on some website, because they talked about it, and find out where, because hospitals, they go on colors, right? So some are on yellow, some are on red, and all those colors have a meaning. It might mean
I'm not going in a red hospital, bro.
yeah, well,
Or a blue one for that matter.
So blue is one as well. And
I'm making a gang joke.
I know. What I was just saying, like, you just happened to nail it. But like, it's if you can look at it, you can like search online to find your state's hospitals and what colors they're on.
Mm-hmm.
And it used to be like if one went on red, this is what the article was saying. If one went on red or blue, for like, it'd be, oh wow, they had a really busy day. And now you'd be lucky if you can find one that's not on colors.
Well, I will say the staff. Let me just tell this bit. So
Yeah.
we get her. It's 1:00 in the morning. We finally get her in a bed, and it's they're having to like pick up the sheet to put because she can't walk. She cannot. Well, that's the issue. She can't walk. She couldn't leave. And I think often about I've watched plenty of shit on TV where people have surgeries, and I think about like chicks that get their tits done. Like,
Yeah.
It seems to me what I've seen is they get them the fuck out of there before they'll even register pain. So I think that's what they fucked up with Kelly is they didn't get her loopy enough to get her in the car to get her home.
Yeah.
But I'm glad they didn't because I couldn't have managed
Right.
what she was going on. So I didn't stay in the hospital because where the fuck am I going to stay? I'm in a double room anyways. And then there's that fucking, I'm going to call it the super deluxe cuck chair that lays down. So, yeah, and I don't know. Have you guys ever tried to sleep in one of those fucking hospital
yeah, when
recliners?
my kids were born.
Oh my God. I listen. If I was a normal sized person, I might give it a shot.
You
Come
can't.
on, man.
It's a nightmare.
Come
I can
on,
sleep
man.
anywhere. That's lucky me.
So I go home and 1 o'clock in the morning. But before that, they're asking all these questions about what happened. I mean, I'm like, I was really trying. I was like, guys, I'm sorry. I know you guys are doing the best job that you possibly can. Do they not communicate with you? Because they like send her with this pack of paper. And then, she has to say all this shit again. What surgeries you had? Well, you got a fucking hour. Let me tell you all this shit. Why do we not, and I know it's HIPAA, but why in 2024 don't we have some sort of fucking, let's use the blockchain technology that's out there already for crypto and bullshit. So you can say, hey, here's my passcode to my shit.
I mean,
You have 24-hour access to my file where everybody's put in notes about me for the. I don't know.
There's
That's
electronic charting. It's MedConnect. You can
Well, then
everyone
how-
can access it.
Yeah,
I don't understand. Well, maybe I don't know what hospital it is. I don't know if it's just my company, but like I thought, all hospitals use that.
And here's something fucking weird. And I don't remember the exact terminology they use, so forgive me if I say this wrong. The doctor that did her procedure can't go in Frederick Hospital as a doctor, quote, to do calls or whatever. I don't know what that process is. Does that make any sense?
What is the problem?
So the surgeon that did her surgery
Yeah.
can't like go to Frederick with his, I guess, as a doctor and it's like, hey, Miss Pinkerton, I'm just checking in,
I mean,
They said he couldn't come to the hospital to.
He doesn't
check on
work at the hospital. He's not an employee there.
See, maybe I don't understand that.
Like
then.
you can't just because you're a doctor, you can't just walk in any hospital and be a doctor.
Well, but they said he didn't have credentials to. Is that?
that could be a payment issue.
I don't know.
Because
Maybe it's
like when you
something
give me a prescription, sometimes like you're like I have insurance. Like I know, and you would be like your company accepts my insurance. And I said I know, but your doctor is not accepted by insurance. So like any
Maybe that's
script
what
that
it
your
is.
doctor writes, they won't pay me to
Okay.
to give it to you.
Well, maybe that's what it
the
is.
whole billing system is fucked.
So long story short, I get up the next morning and she's like, "Hey, there's no reason to kill yourself. To get the kids on the bus. I had a couple work things I needed to knock out. So I got there, I don't know, 10 o'clock that morning.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the physical therapy had like woken her up at 6:30 and like, all right, let's get up and walk around. She's like, no, I can't get up. I can barely stand up. Right. So, I'm sitting there, I was probably on my laptop trying to do some work and this woman comes in and she, I don't remember what her role or job was. Basically, she's saying that Kelly's going to go to a rehab facility. Like that's the plan. Mm-hmm. Like, all right, we're just going to take you over to so-and-so's and this, that, and the other. And I'm like, hold on a minute. We have no idea. And I was looking at Kelly and like, she didn't have this puzzled look on her face. Like I was like, what the fuck? And I said, hold on a second. What are we talking about now? Going to a rehab facility for what? She's like, well, she might be a couple weeks before she could walk. So we probably want to put her in there. They'll do 2 hours of physical therapy a day. And I'm like, I don't know that's the best solution to make that decision. Long story short, she stays one more night. She gets up and walks. She can walk. She's got a walker. And we end up going home Friday afternoon. But that same woman comes back in and she almost seems pissed that we're not going to this rehab facility. So I'm thinking, what's this kickback system like? Mm-hmm. How much money do you get when you send somebody to this rehab? Get her home. She's got a walker. Walker had to
Texas Rangers.
And they sent us home with Texas. Chuck Norris sent us home with a portable toilet, which mainly we use
It's
for.
built into the walker sometimes. You can just sit down in your
That's
walker and
true.
take a shit.
It's true.
We sell those.
That's true.
Well, long story short, she mainly we use that just so she could take a shower. She sit on in the shower, right? So, she's better now. She's on the mend. She's definitely on the mend. We actually last night, she had bought more tickets to the symphony.
Okay.
This was an interesting symphony. This was different. So, and forgive me, this is the third time I've been. Did I discuss the second time?
I don't think so.
Okay, Jesus. So the second time, first time we went, we were down like 7 rows back. Great seats. The next time we were up in the mezzanine or whatever, and I'd say the leg room it reduces by half. It reminded me of like sitting in like a shitty old major league ballpark where you can barely be. I was pinned in, basically. And of course, there's some fucking chatty patty woman sitting next to Kelly, and goddamn, my wife. I don't know why people like to fucking talk to her.
She looks real.
And she's like, "Oh, you're uncomfortable. Why don't you just go down? Why don't you just hop down there and sit in one of those?" I'm like, "No, just shut the fuck up, lady." Anyways, that one had some operatic singing to it. I don't like the presentation they do for stuff like that. It's you got the orchestra pit, but then these singers are just sitting there in a fucking folding chair, drinking a bottle of water until their turn to sing, and they stand up. It's just like very, I don't know. It's not fancy enough. That's how I feel. So Kelly's big. She's like, I have these tickets. I have this outfit I want to wear. I want to go to this Friday night. I'm like, and all week I'm like, I don't know. That's a great idea. But she pulled it off. We went last night, and you can look up the details on this. So this composer, he did last year he somehow mashed classical music up with Biggie and Tupac song.
Okay.
Nice.
This year I can't think of the what do you call the person who writes those?
Composer?
I don't know the composer's name, but this guy has laid this piece of composition in with Kendrick Lamar's album Damn. And it fucking works.
Yeah.
So they had a guy doing the rap, Kendrick Lamar rap, and if you closed your eyes, you wouldn't have known it.
Oh, really?
Kendrick. He was good, and he had the
I got loyalty, you got royalty.
that song was on there. So and then they had a guy that was singing and stuff too, and
Kendrick Lamar is the topic of a lot of discussion these days.
so I figured that it was front of mind for you, and all I was seeing there was wondering, I wonder how many people thought Kendrick Lamar was going to be here, because it says,
Right.
it was a really fun experience. A very different crowd for this show.
Okay.
Very different crowd. I'd say that they start these pretty much on time. Yeah, there was people wandering in it, and we were about 7 rows back.
Right.
Really good seats, fantastic seats. Sounded fan-fucking-tastic. I mean,
This is not the BSO, right? Like that.
Yeah. So they had a guy playing bass, and they had a keyboard, and they actually had a full drum set too. But then all the sounds silly. The flute work was fantastic, Bobby.
Unleash the flutes on them.
And there was a bassoon solo that blew my fucking mind away. But just the way they incorporated that in with hip hop music was fucking fantastic. It was great. It was an awesome vibe in there. I was kind of concerned, all right, there's not a dress code to go to these things, but I'll wear a sport coat or something when we go. I try to look a little nice, and I'm like, I'm wearing fucking Jordans and a bomber jacket to this, and I was perfect. I will say, short of just a couple people that you're looking at like, what the fuck? And the dude next to me who apparently had smoked a bowl and not bathed next to me. Everybody there, they paid attention to their appearance, whether it was a nice suit,
Right.
or it was jeans and sneakers. Everybody was put together. It was nice. It was just nice to see. But it was a lot of fucking fun. I don't think Kelly said there's anything else she wants to see this season.
The seasons? I just don't know the seasons.
There's the culture. I watched a bunch of shit. Obviously, I didn't have a bunch of commitment stuff. So
Right.
I'll just run through some stuff I watched. I watched Roadhouse on Amazon.
Okay.
How was that?
Fun romp. Absolutely.
It's not
ridiculous.
compared to the original.
It hasn't gotten good reviews at this table.
Colin, what's the fucking McGregor? Oh my god, he's such an asshole in that, and he's just got this cocky. Well, the way he talks, and
I think he's just being himself.
Got
maybe.
his turkey teeth. I thought he did a great job. It was a fun movie. It's stupid as fuck, but it's just fun nonsense. I watched the Freaknik documentary on Hulu.
How was that?
Checking to see if my fucking wife's on TV. It was about what you'd expect.
Yeah,
I mean, they
I wanna
talked
say
to some of the musicians and stuff. Like 21 Savage produced that. I don't think of him as an Atlanta rapper, but I guess he is.
Yeah, he definitely is. By way of the UK.
Yeah, no, it's like, is he the UK or some island?
UK.
Okay.
UK is kind of an island.
That's also true.
Bro, you just totally told me about it. Let's see. What else did I watch? We watched 3 episodes of The 3-Body Problem. It's a sci-fi series on Netflix.
There's a lot of buzz about it. Both
Yeah.
people have mixed feelings, I think.
I haven't.
It's Chinese.
Well, so a Chinese gentleman wrote the original books. Yeah, and apparently they did all this show in Chinaland already. Like another version of it. So, and of course, they're like, why they make all these characters? Why is everybody a white, black characters? Why aren't there any Asians in it? And I'm like, well, I don't know. I didn't pick it, but I mean, it is. I will say,
I wasn't the casting director.
It is pretty hard sci-fi. Like it's like Isaac Asimov kind of hard sci-fi. I think Kelly's done with it, but I'm gonna push through it. Let me see. I got so much shit in here, guys. Holy shit. I'm forgetting shit through here. Let me get through what I watched. And then probably my favorite thing outside of, I'll talk about wrestling in a minute. Favorite thing that I've watched, and I haven't finished it, and I'm literally like chomping at the bit to go home and watch more of it, is The Gentleman on Netflix, the series. Holy shit, dude. That might be the best fucking episodic television I have seen in years.
Oh, really?
It is fucking fantastic. Guy Ritchie directs the series.
Oh, nice.
It's basically, it's in the same world as the Gentleman TV movie, but it's a different story. No characters crossover.
Sounds familiar.
Matthew McConaughey was in Weed Dealer in the UK.
Yeah. I saw that.
It's fantastic. I enjoy that movie a lot. But this series, man, holy shit, it's so fucking good. I haven't heard anyone say a bad thing about that. Nice. I haven't really been listening a lot. Wrestling, WrestleMania was
like The Rock and Undertaker.
Yes.
Aren't they both retired and old?
Mill was very upset to see Rock in the condition that he was in at some point.
So I'll tell you, Meek Mill actually did the intro for WrestleMania.
There was a bunch of rappers there,
but no, he did a pre-recorded. Welcome to Philly. I'm like, aren't you a Diddy guy? Why are you still on TV? That's the first thing that came to mind. But WrestleMania is a 2-night event. I will say last week I probably watched 25 hours of wrestling. Let me rephrase it. I was in the room while 25 hours of wrestling. There were some fantastic fucking matches last week. I would say the second night of WrestleMania, Sunday night, was probably the most perfect WrestleMania that I have seen since like Stone Cold was involved, like early Stone Cold. The matches were well paced. They were telling great stories. They had fucking Undertaker ended up showing up. The way they set it up with a match Saturday night with the one that The Rock actually wrestled. Let me rephrase that. The Rock was in a wrestling match.
Right. And
they wrestled around The Rock. He did his spots. He hit his moves.
Right.
But they did a lot of brawling in the crowd. I mean, dude's, I don't know, 50, whatever he is. He's, goddamn, he's in phenomenal fucking shape.
Sure.
Juicy gills.
He's got... And so John Cena comes out also during that same thing. I couldn't really see. I couldn't see what was.
No, it's jealousy.
That's what hate is. That's what hate is.
I couldn't see. I couldn't see what was going on when he was out
like,
there.
That's hate. It's like you're hating on me. Like you're jealous. Like that's where that comes from.
And I was paying attention to John Cena because I'm like, this is a Hollywood motherfucker.
They all Hollywood motherfuckers.
Well, him and The Rock especially. I'm like, I'm going to see how many bumps he takes. So just you guys know what a bump is, right? That's where you're falling down on purpose. Not that kind of bump, Bobby. I don't. Although I'm sure that was going on
beforehand. So and afterwards,
he took 3 knee bumps to his knees and then 1 back bump. I'm like, okay, that's fair. Mm-hmm. It's probably 4 more bumps than I could take. Just absolutely fantastic wrestling. There was some great wrestling on last night. I was actually watching wrestling before I came. New Japan had a great show in Chicago last night. So one more quick thing about wrestling. You guys may remember there was a big stink a couple months ago about CM Punk and fighting at AEW and all this shit, and he got fired. Well, he's in WWE now. WWE, especially now that Vince McMahon's completely out of the picture and Triple H is running things, and they made it very clear that this is the new era or whatever. They said that a whole bunch. So
NWO, that was a while ago. That was 2001.
What was that?
NWO?
It was. People are saying a lot of comparisons to like the shit The Rock was doing. Some of the shit they did building up to that was just incredible. Like the storytelling they did, it's fucking fantastic. So CM Punk goes on Ariel Helwani's podcast, and Ariel Helwani does a show called the MMA Hour. He focuses on combat sports, primarily MMA. But since WWE's parent company also owns UFC, it's, I'm not saying they're blurring the lines by any means. Nobody's saying that, I might say UFC's a little staged, but, we all know what wrestling is. Nobody's trying to hide that. Well, CM Punk goes on this podcast, and they ask him about what happened in AEW and this fight that happened where he got, basically, he says he quit. And he said a bunch of things, nasty shit, basically, about them. And that's fine. Mm-hmm. Well, on Monday, this came out last week, so then WrestleMania was this weekend. On Wednesday night on AEW, they showed the security cam footage of the fight that happened that got him fired.
Oh, really?
And that's been a huge thing. It's like, well, did you accomplish anything here? It didn't get a ratings bump. So the guy who he got in a fight with, his name's Jack Perry, is actually Luke Perry from 90210. It's his son.
Oh, wow.
So basically, he's been wrestling in New Japan, doing this whole thing as he's the scapegoat, right? Because everybody's mad CM Punk left and we're mad at him. So what happened is they told him not to use real glass in a match, and he like threw a guy through a windshield of a car, and then looked at the camera, and audibly said, "Cry me a river." Well, that was what got him, because Punk had told him not to do the glass, and that's what the whole thing was about. So he comes out on New Japan last night to wrestle in this super heel character, and they're in Chicago, which is CM Punk's hometown, so people are hating him. He's doing CM Punk's moves, totally buying into this shit. But he's got a jacket on that says "Cry Me a River" on the back. I'm like, man, if they don't fucking license Timberlake's goddamn song for him to come out to at some point in time. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of awesome wrestling going on. Nice. Let's see here. Okay, Charlie had a fucking birthday party.
Oh, happy birthday,
Charlie. It was at the Duck Pin Bowling in Mount Airy, and it was a fucking blast.
Nice.
It was him and like, I don't know, 7 of his little friends. And everybody he invited came. So I'm like, man, maybe you're a popular kid, Charlie.
Nice.
And it was counting Charlie, it was 3 boys and 3 girls. I'm like, and they're all just fucking bananas.
Yeah.
We bought party hats for them. And I looked down, like somebody had torn it to shreds and just thrown it on the ground. I'm like, what is happening? There was also some people were having like a 70s themed like party of some kind there. So there was all these people wearing hippie outfits and afro wigs.
Good times.
It was a good time. We had a great time. That's a cool little spot. We should check that out one night. Just go, like, and they have a jukebox. You can play whatever you want.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see here. Okay, so in the midst of all this, I bought a new 3D printer. I might have mentioned on here. I bought a Bamboo Labs P1S. Kind of. I just cards on the table is $1,000. But
nice.
And I brought a piece to show you guys.
Yeah,
it can print multiple colors. So right here's the bottom top. It's a jaw for bottom jaw for Chainsaw Man that Mason printed, and it's a red base. It's got black gums and then these crazy white teeth coming out, and it prints all at once. Like, you know, it takes a long
smooth.
time.
That's like the print lines are visible still, of course, but it feels smooth.
You can just think how crazy that's been. There you go, Bobby.
There you go.
There you go.
Very
nailed it.
Could 3D print you a skull mask.
What if I'd have been like?
No. That's
like
not how it works.
The max.
The max. Yeah.
So Joey helped me out with something this past couple weeks. Manjaro has become a hot commodity.
Oh, it's very hard to come by. It's manufactured by order.
Yeah. So of course, they want me to use a mail order pharmacy. They don't have it. I called locally. Nobody has it. So I pinged Joey. I'm like, hey, can you get any of this?
In 3 days, I got it for you.
3 days, he got it for me. And he even delivered it. Funny story real quick. We're sitting at the dinner table, and you know, I see Joe come, he walks in, and I look at him, I'm like, why is he wearing a karate gi? Because I see him from here up, and he's got it. It's a V.
Right. Scrubs.
But I'd never seen him in scrubs.
Right.
So I was like, I didn't know
my ninja gear. I just came home. I just had to fucking rob somebody of this. That's fine.
I didn't know
anything.
I didn't know that you wore scrubs. I didn't know that was an option for you to wear to work.
But yeah, that was the only 2 boxes. I had to hold it. I had to hide it in the fridge in the back.
Well, I appreciate you doing that, man.
Because you were supposed to get 3, and now I can only get 2. But we'll see.
We'll talk about the other one. Let me see here. Oh, I listened to an album, and I just wanted to hear it for myself. I listened to Beyonce's album,
the
Texas?
country record.
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah, I'm not a
fine.
fan.
I mean,
it's supposed to be great, and it win awards and shit.
Listen, here's the deal.
It has been out long.
Here's the deal. It's a Beyonce album. The Bayhive is going to support whatever she does. I think in 10 years we're just going to have music.
Yeah,
we're not going to have genres.
It's like that.
I mean, we blurred exactly the lines a lot.
It's getting there.
It's like
But I would.
It's like Christianity when they talk about like when people are like, oh, my religion is this. I'm like, oh, you're Christian because there's like 55,000.
Right.
It's like oh, it's swamp metal, black metal, death metal. It's like with every genre. That's like this.
It is
the delineation. I'm like, I can't tell the difference, so it's all this one thing to me.
Yeah.
Right. But I think like that takes a more nuanced ear, right? Like I can't necessarily tell the difference between like thrash metal versus death metal versus whatever, right?
But my brother can.
But your brother can, and you may not.
And you can tell that guy's a drill rapper's from Turkey or Venezuela.
Well, I can tell if it's drill or if it's, you know, something or trap or, you know, something else.
But isn't there a lot of things that are like
there is
hybrids?
There is
and hybrids of hybrids.
There is, and I think largely Kanye West is at the tip of that spear. But like alternative electronic hip hop and R&B are blending into one thing. and there's a few artists that are playing in that. Kanye being one, Travis being one, this guy Yeet being one. That's like, it's kind of interesting to watch.
Does it become its own thing then, and there's another whole new category?
I think it'll become its
do
own.
all the other things lose its meaning?
No, it'll become its own thing. And I think the same with like, country. There's like the country hip hop shit. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's country music, but they're like on 4-wheelers and playing in the mud. And you know what I mean?
There's that, and then there's there's the.
And I heard a country song on the radio, like a proper country song, but it had an 808 drum on it.
It was Thinking About Me by Morgan Wallen.
Could have been. I don't know.
Where are you at?
I didn't.
And it's got a fucking breakbeat kit. So
this wasn't a breakbeat. This was an 808.
Okay.
This was like a boom.
So I will tell you, like I've oftentimes seen those songs, and I use Morgan Wallen as an example because he's probably one of the biggest country artists, and he's got a lot of 808s and breakbeats in his shit. And I was looking at the production credits, and it's like Lil Beezy or some shit. I'm like, somebody's figured this shit out, like to put the fucking basically make a hip hop beat and put a fucking steel guitar
it's like
on.
kind of what they did in the '90s, like when country became pop country.
Yeah, and
Like just
there's all
exactly,
sorts
all
of
that.
stuff, but like Jelly Roll and stuff like that, I've been listening to forever, and it's country rap, but they're not talking about got mud on my tires and my 4-wheeler's dirty. It's it's more like fucking slice of life, living where they live, and the shit I grew up dealing with. Right?
The Beyonce record though, I think I like 2 songs on it. Like I'm doing Bobby Boogie Bop on Beyonce tonight, as a matter of fact. So like,
what's up?
I think that like I like the fact that she's like playing with genres. Like the last album was like this kind of house techno-ish type shit. Wasn't my bag, but this one's a country. The next one's supposed to be like more rock inspired, and I like that approach, but I don't necessarily like the product that it's producing.
I mean, it might be out of your wheelhouse.
I think the song, which is fine. Which
you might not be the best at it.
Except I would think if you were to tell me 10 years ago, like, look, Beyonce's going to do like a house type record, I would be interested in that, but I just didn't end up liking what it ended up being. Case in point with this one, I saw Dolly Parton tweeting about Beyonce. I knew this Beyonce record was coming, and I was like, oh, fuck. If they did Jolene, like that has my name written all over it. Got that, the album came out, saw that Jolene was on there, and I was like, holy fuck. Listened to it immediately, and I was like, I hate this.
It's not my favorite
and
version.
It could have been great. Had she leaned into the blues element of that record, the sad soul element of that record, it could have been amazing.
She had the ability to do it.
Correct. But not only did she not do that, and I don't want to bash Beyonce, but like she did not do
Careful.
It was a choice, right? But she also did like she also approached it different with like the fuck Jolene. She don't, she ain't shit, and I'm gonna get my man, but like you're missing the point. Like the point is knowing or feeling like you're lower on that pecking order and begging the competition to step away. To, you know what I mean? Like that's what makes that song special.
If you look at Dolly Parton was a fucking knockout when she was younger, and like, wow, what did
Jolene was a fucking
want that red hair? Want that red hair? So I went to Atlanta the week after we recorded last for work. It was fun. Not a lot to report. I hung out with my brother-in-law for a couple hours. That was cool to see him and my nephew, the Peanut Butter Falcon. Did I tell you guys that story?
I don't know.
So Peanut Butter Falcons is
the movie.
It's a movie.
Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah. So Lane and Walker's my nephew. They come to the house and it was over the summer. And I might have come over here. I come back and Walker's sitting on the couch just hanging out. And I look, he's got a jar of peanut butter. He's got a spoon. He's eating peanut butter. He's taking a spoon. He's licking the spoon off. He's going back in the peanut butter. And I'm like, bro, what the fuck you doing? He's like, oh shit, I'm so sorry. Me and Dad just live like bachelors. I'm sorry. I didn't mean. So I just called him the Peanut Butter Falcon. He's a good kid. He's a good kid for sure. I did see Dune 2 again. I know you did get a chance to see it.
Yes.
I saw it again. One of my work buddies hadn't seen it, and
Joe's seen it. We've all seen it.
You went and saw it?
Oh, I was in the warehouse.
Oh, nice. Fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the second time, like, I like going and seeing a movie like a second time closely after the first because you know what the story is, so you can pay attention to the details. Is it the Harkonnens?
Yes. The black and white people.
Dude, that world there.
It's great. We talked about it specifically.
We had an hour discussion about art last week.
Those fucking whatever those fireworks are,
They're like
haunts me.
Yeah.
They're like
That I am so fascinated
They're like depth
with like,
charges,
the
but in the
architecture
air.
of that. It's
It's
really
cool.
kind of got me inspired. You guys familiar with brutalism?
yes,
as an architecture?
brutalist art. Yeah,
Have
that's
you
exactly
ever
what I thought of.
seen? Have you ever seen the Oakley headquarters?
Like the sunglasses people?
Yes. Hang on, I'm going to show it to you. I got it pulled up here.
Oakley's a Exotica company, isn't it?
I don't know,
I think it is.
but
Have you seen?
this is their fucking corporate office,
beautiful,
and it's
love it. That's
Hang on, let me see. It's
this architecture.
I do too. This is the inside. That's the outside and the inside of this fucking place. I know it's kind of got me inspired on the diorama tip. Just
Are you familiar with Luxottica? I think it's Luxottica. I think that's the name of it.
that big one of those big companies that owns everything now?
Yeah, they're like they basically are a monopoly of eyewear. Like they own like all like
I'm not surprised.
so like they own all the sunglasses companies. They own like
Even the one I seen on TV with the Eagle Vision.
so that one I can't account for. They own like what's the place where you can go and get like contacts in the mall or whatever, like
America's Best Lens Crafters.
Lens Crafters. They own Lens Crafters. They own like Sunglass Hut. Like they own it all, and like they even make like Oakley is produced, you know, in Luxottica, and it's produced right next to, you know, Louis
Ray-Ban?
Vuitton and Ray-Ban, and
it's all the same.
It's all produced in the same factory. You know, they use different materials, different lenses, all that
Yeah,
kind of
the
stuff.
same spot.
Yeah. But it's like one of those monopolies. It's like right in plain sight that nobody really talks about. Plain sight.
See,
The
airplane vision.
monopoly being illegal is a fucking illusion.
It is. Let's see here. So the oddest thing I saw down there. Are you guys familiar with Tim Hortons?
Yeah.
So when you think
usually it's up north in Canada.
Right. So you think of it as Canadian. So I'll tell you, like, they make K-Cups for Tim Hortons. That's,
Yes.
that's all we
Yeah.
drink anymore. Is that Tim Hortons coffee. It's fucking fantastic.
Do you know it's funny because I was working at this the one we got the Manjaro for you. I was working at this spot and they had that and Brad, that's all I drank.
The Timmy's
all
is
day.
great,
I
man.
did not. You know how I usually bring like 4 cans of Diet Dew. I didn't even drink my Diet Dew. I just
Bro.
drank coffee
fantastic.
all fucking day.
So the
It's
other,
so good.
The other side of that spectrum is, and I'm pretty sure we've
Bobby,
talked
Bobby.
about it on here.
Order some.
I'm sure we talked about it on here at some point in time. In the South, there's a White Castle style restaurant called Crystal. It is the Southern chain. Much to my surprise, I'm driving from the Atlanta airport to where my brother-in-law lives, and you know I'm off the interstate at this point, and I see a Crystal, and then next to it I see a Tim Hortons, and I said, "What the fuck is happening?" I knew Tim Hortons is in the States because they're up north.
Yeah, but
I did not
when
know.
I was in Columbus,
I did
I
not
saw
know
them.
they had come to Georgia.
They're just
And they come to
spreading.
Georgia. That was the strangest thing. It's a song.
It's all fucking homogenized at the end. It's like, you know, like the picture of like America, the
yeah,
meme. It's like the McDonald's next to the Wendy's next to the Exxon. It's like that everywhere.
Yeah.
Everything is everywhere all at once. At
Yep.
some point, there's no difference.
That's why I like cities.
There's a song I want to mention that's come out that I've listened to quite a bit. You guys familiar with Joyner Lucas at all? And you already know where I'm going with this.
No, but I'm familiar with Jordan.
So he does a great job, in my opinion, telling both sides of a story in this song.
Oh, motherfucker, that sees both sides.
Yeah, that's right.
Bobby loves them already.
Well,
I hate that shit. Not the song necessarily, but I hate a motherfucker can see both sides.
the way that
Everybody can, dickhead. Choose one. That's the hard part.
So the song of his, I guess that really the first thing I had ever seen of him, he had a song called "I'm Not Racist," where he told a story from the point of view of a black guy and the point of view of a white guy,
Yeah.
right? So this new song he has out, it's called "Best for Me." Jelly Roll sings the hook. I will say that's obviously how it came to my attention. But Kelly had heard it because she follows Joyner Lucas, because she likes Joyner Lucas. The song's basically it's telling a story of how I feel about my friend that's an addict and how I feel like I can't reach out to them and they won't respond to me. In the second verse is the addict saying, "You've got to let me do my thing. All you do is call. You only want to be around when I'm trying to get clean. I'm doing me." And it's just like, I mean, I listened to it and I just kind of sat there for a minute like, wow, that's powerful shit, man. Because, like everybody's living in their own little bubble. Everybody's got their own shit. Everybody justifies what they're fucking doing for whatever reason they're doing it. And it's hard, man. I mean, I've dealt with people addicts before. My ex-wife I've spoke about before. It was, who knows? I don't know how her life ended up, and it's fine.
Addiction runs like Jesse Owens through my family.
Yeah. So, powerful stuff for me at least. And I think so I did get some diorama time this week. I've had a couple things I've just been trying to figure out how to do for a long time. And one of them I'm very confident I've got figured out.
Nice.
Diorama stuff slowed down a lot. I haven't been pushing it.
I wonder why. I mean, we're down an employee.
Right. We did get an order last night. I'm probably going to try to
Short-staffed.
Yeah, since they fucked her back up, she was a little short.
Oh, workers' comp.
Oh, no, not like that. Street Fighter, we've still been playing that. Not as...
I should I can play someone.
Dude,
I was there.
You should have.
You guys are having dinner, though.
We did find the Fei Long and Dalsim figures, so
nice.
We're up to date on all the Jada Toy Street Fighters that are out.
Are they using the Stretch Armstrong technology for Dalsim?
No, but you know what's crazy is he comes with a bunch of extended arms and legs, but they have the bendy wire in them. Like I'm like, I'm like, I don't know that he's.
Yeah,
bendy
he does.
like
He does bendy stuff.
I guess he does. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that shit never works. It never lasts though. That approach.
Yeah. It's like a tail on an action
yeah.
or something. I'm sure I'm missing something, guys, but I think that pretty much catches us up on that. Yeah.
All right, Joseph.
It's a highlight. I finished Final Fantasy VII 2 days ago on Thursday. It's ended up being like 150 something hours. But I'm gonna go back to it because I need to fucking get my shit together because I want to complete it because I want to get a platinum and of course I'm gonna do it again when it comes out on PC. But like since I finished the main story, I'm like, all right, I can't keep playing this. I gotta fucking get back to real life at some point. But like the whole chapter 14, whole last chapter, bro, I was just fucking sobbing on and off all day finishing it. It's great. Like nice. I'm so happy.
That's great
with how it turned out because it could have been so bad.
Yeah.
Because everyone's worried when like everyone wanted but tentative because
you
like
touch something sacred.
Yeah, because it is right. It is a piece of video game history.
Yeah,
like it or not, you've heard of Final Fantasy VII. Most 100%. People have. But it's fucking great. The direction, the fucking actors, the fucking voices, like, and you already know. They did the same thing. Everything tracks except it's not the same. Mm-hmm. It's the same, but it's not perfect. So like a lot of things happen that I know is coming. I already know the bad parts, the sad parts, but like seeing it in fucking 4K with good voice acting, expanded the whole story. It's just fucking. Oh, it gives me feels.
Yeah,
but like the last chapter was just fucking. Upset. It's the whole like and to make me think of the whole story. It's a tragedy. Like it's tragic for like everybody in it.
Just like Mario Kart when you lose.
There's a winner in Mario Kart.
Oh, there's no winners here.
I mean, there is, but there isn't. It's like there's no winner in war kind of thing. It's like even at the end, because it's not the end. There's one more part to the game, but like even at the end of the day, when you beat the bad guy. Right, there's still the fallout. It doesn't change the fact that you have already lost a lot. Like it doesn't change all the tragedy that's happened up until victory.
Man, the best games are the ones that give you the feels. I think 100%. Ghost of Tsushima. Have you played that?
I have not, but
you should get that.
I would love to.
That is fucking fantastic, and it's open.
It's on PC, I think.
It's on PS5, which you have.
I prefer to play on PC.
Okay.
I only got PS5 to play.
Are you a mouse keyboard guy?
Fuck no, I'm both. I'm mouse keyboard.
I can't.
Right tool for the right job. There's some like first person shooters. There's no way you ever outplay someone on the mouse. People are like, I'm great on control. I'm like, you are, but you can only be so good.
Mason and I were watching some Street Fighter 6 play, and there was a guy.
Akuma just came out. Yeah.
Was it 5 or? I don't remember. It was tournament play. One guy was keyboard, and the other guy was actually using a PS5. Which Mason's like nobody ever does that, but he was the one winning.
Yeah, I mean, usually use the whole fight stick.
Yeah, he was actually.
You can't be good enough on controller that you don't need a fight stick, but a mouse and keyboard is wild.
I think I'm gonna buy 6. I've played 5 a lot. I have it on my.
I'll come over and play with you.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
So to speak.
Let's go.
Practice. But yeah, so they're already working on the last part 3, since before this game came out. So hopefully it will come out within 2 years, because the last game was 2 years. And I'm really, really fucking looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing it again. I watched 2 good shows. Well, 1 3/4 good shows.
Okay.
Parasite, The Grey is on Netflix. It is
He's also a Space Wolf champion, I believe.
The Grey Hunters, yes.
I think you're making a 40K joke. But
Yes,
I'm not sure.
yes. But
I do not know your ways.
But you know, it is not an adaptation. I thought it was going to be an adaptation of the manga / anime Parasite. It's a manga and an anime and a live action adaptation of the same story
And a DC villain, and actually a real world threat.
and a Marvel character. He was blue. He got 2 maggots, I think.
What'd you say?
Is this so? Forgive me. I know not this past year, maybe the year prior. A movie called Parasite Wanda. Different. Okay.
So
okay.
like
That's why I was confused.
When Parasite, the Korean movie came out, I thought it was like this story, but it's not. But there's a Parasite Japanese adaptation of the story, which is
Okay.
pretty decent. And there was real confusion because this is Korean. This show is Korean, called Parasite.
I thought the movie was Korean too.
The
The movie that won the Academy
exactly.
Award.
Yes, that one. That's why it's confusing.
Does the word parasite mean something different in Korean?
No, it doesn't. It's
Does
just
it mean movie?
No, no. This is a much older property than Parasite, the movie, the
I got you.
Korean, the
Okay.
award winner.
I think I've heard of it now that you say that.
Yeah, it's about like aliens.
I'm gonna look that up real quick.
But anyway, this is a parallel story that happens with the main story in the same world, so it's like a spin-off. But it was really fucking good. I really enjoyed it. The special effects are touch and go, but the story makes up for it. All right. I think it's so the premise is one night a bunch of spores, like little jelly beans, rained down from the sky, and out came these little worms that would jump into a host's ear, right, and eat your brain from the inside, and then and you're dead basically, but takes your life over.
Sure.
But sometimes they don't make it to your brain, and they take over whatever body parts they can. So like in the main story, Japanese story, the guy noticed a fucking worm jumped in his arm, and he tourniqueted his arm off, and the worm had to just like eat his arm and replace his arm. And then so he had this like fucking creature arm that becomes intelligent, and then they try to fend off the head parasite people.
Okay.
And this is a side story to that happens because it happened all over the world, and there's not a lot of them. They can't reproduce or nothing. We don't know where they came from. We just know that they came to take over people's heads,
Gotcha.
so to speak.
So to speak.
In your head.
But these are like personal stories of the lives of people who is affected by this. But it was good. It's on Netflix. It's one of the top anime / manga live action adaptations. But Korea has been doing good ones of those. Like Jinro was really good. The Wolf Brigade live action was really good. I finished 6 out of 8 episodes of Fallout.
Okay.
Last night. I'm going to finish it today.
What do you think?
Fucking great.
I don't know-
I don't know. I can't see something.
It's on Amazon.
Yes.
Let me ask you a question. I'm aware of that franchise. I know that there's that goofy little character, the
Pip-Boy.
Pip-Boy. Other than that, I know nothing of it. Can I watch that?
No, it explains.
Okay.
That's why I thought it was great.
It's just like a good
even though I
sci-fi
can't, it's a unique world. Even though I can't watch something without the eye of someone who's already know the product, because like there's so much kind of nostalgia feel. It's not like super old, but it's like, oh, I know this song, I know this scene, everything. So like it might be nostalgia that's making me so excited, but I think it's a good story. Characters are great. The world is great. It's unique. It looks and feel exactly the same feel as in the game, or the newer games anyway. So like I think they nailed it.
Nice.
And it's like a serious story, but there's like fantastical elements to it because it's a goofy premise almost. It's like retro future, right? So this is a parallel world in the 50s or 60s.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, but they had really when they're talking about having nuclear power vacuums back in the day. When we in the real world, and we were like, that's stupid now. But like in this world, they fucking went full in. Every fucking car had a nuclear fucking battery in it.
Oh wow.
And then like they were fighting the Chineses. They call them the Reds. They're fighting commies. And then like,
What an imaginative future.
well, and then everyone blew everybody up.
All right.
Where did
well,
they ever think of such an idea?
Right. It's exactly. It's like the real world, except it branched off where, and a bunch of people lived in vaults. Except these vaults are not all of them are what they seem, but they're supposed to be like rich people buy spots in these vaults to live in the vaults. And then this is like 200 years later when they're supposed to start coming out and repopulating the world, and they find out there's been people up here surviving all along, but it's fucking god awful. It's like almost like a Western kind of feel to it.
Okay.
But all the technology is weird. It's like they have fucking robots and shit, but they have two black and white TV that has static at the same time. It's a unique feel, and they fucking nailed it.
Nice. And I love a world that's got the little intricacies.
Yeah.
And lived in, like, I think Star Wars does a great job with,
Yes.
with that. And
You will definitely like Fallout.
now, do I have to sit there and pay attention to every single dialogue word?
No, because like that's what I was like because there's a lot to know about this world because it's so different. But you naturally learn from it because just like in the game, like the first one, you are a vault dweller, right? So you usually start off inside a vault, and something happens where you have to leave. So you don't know how the fucking world works. You earn a vault, and you just kind of know, oh, I live in a fucking vault all my life. This is all I know. I work, and you learn about the vaults being in there. But as soon as you leave, you have to learn about the world. So as a player and watching the TV show, watching this person leave, you learn with them what the world is like.
Gotcha.
And then as other people are like, oh, you're from a vault, she'll start telling them, or
Dweller.
and she'll start telling them how it works and stuff. And then you learn about how the vault works.
Yeah.
That's
But
awesome.
I think they did a great job.
Nice.
I want to watch
I'm
it.
so
but-
happy that I'm opposite of you, Bobby. They've been touching all my properties in a good way.
Yeah.
Like everything that's been coming out, that nothing has been ruined lately.
Nice.
Everything's just
Good.
been like, oh, they did such a good job with this.
Nice.
So, sidebar, I've attempted to watch the last season of The Bad Batch, and I cannot. I think I watched 3 or 4 episodes.
He started watching Ahsoka.
Oh, did you?
I got one more episode to go.
Okay.
Still?
Yeah.
Is it that hard to make it through?
I'm
It
loving,
gets
I'm loving the
progressively-
cadence of your voice on
It gets progressively worse.
For you?
Yeah.
I've enjoyed not having to complain about Star Wars, so please continue.
And just a side note, like I got together with some people after work one day, and we played a card game. It wasn't Magic. We didn't have enough people to play Magic. It was because you need 4 people. We had 3.
Backgammon. Oh, no. Card game.
Blackgammon?
21. Or is it backgammon?
No. Yeah, I think it's backgammon, not blackgammon.
Did you play? What was that?
Street version
What
of
is it?
backgammon.
That's Black Ganon. That's the boss from Zelda.
Yes, it is. Wow. Like split on the
What
knowledge.
game did you play? Did you play bullshit?
Marvel Champions.
Oh, that kind
It's
of
a card game, but like you don't play against each other. You get to pick a hero and you make a deck with that hero. Of course, I was Deadpool, and one of my friends was Cable. It's like, oh, we're Cable and Deadpool, and then the guy was.
Did you crack jokes? Like, haha. Did you?
I did not.
That'd have been.
I mean, I'm always.
How do I get off this thing?
Well, one of the cards is like
They were talking about. He sent me a meme that was like if the Russo brothers had directed
Yeah.
Doom 2, and it was like they're like holding the thing, the leashes
sandworm?
on the sandworm. And they, how do I get off of this thing? Whoa!
What if though, right? It's like I didn't think about that until I saw that meme. Like that is kind of how things
what
have
if-
been.
What if Danny
and it's
Elfman had-
unnecessary, as we've talked about. Like you didn't need
Not one joke.
that
in
would have just
Dune
taken
movie.
away from it.
Not one fucking joke.
What if Danny Elfman had done the score for that instead of the
Hans
score
Zimmer.
was fucking fantastic.
Hans Zimmer doesn't really play around.
No, but just the
I mean, even that name doesn't play around.
Yeah. He that motherfucker means business every time he signs a contract.
I'll say that. And going back to it, that Dune, I want more of that. Like they're doing a TV show based in that world, and I think there's 19 books or some crazy, so they can tell stories for a long ass time here.
So my kids, because I was singing with David, we went to go see it. My kids went and saw Kung Fu Panda 4, which they said was great, by the way, if anybody's interested. But the whole day I was fucking with them, going. So then, like at the end of the day, when dinner came, Selena was like, "Come get your dinner." And they didn't even saying it ever since.
Speaking of dinner, so real quick, so we do the HelloFresh pretty much every week.
Oh yeah.
And Kelly knew she was going to probably not be kitchen worthy for a while, so she ordered more simple stuff. Mason stepped up. And then motherfucker's cooking these meals for us now, out of the blue, and is enjoying the hell out of it.
That's
He
awesome.
puts on some music, and it just vibes out. I mean,
Next thing you know, he's gonna be working at Waffle House.
hey, dreams come true, buddy. They got a strawberry waffle at Waffle House.
Do they?
Yeah, I follow them on socials, and they've been
You
posting.
follow him on social?
Bro, of
Yeah,
course
I
I
feel
do.
like a fake fan because I don't follow him on social. I need to find an Instagram. Is that a local branch? Are you
no,
in a group? Is it a Waffle House group?
What's that? What's the waitress that helped us that night?
Oh, the older lady.
She's got she goes live on Instagram. I'm kidding.
She's
would be
been
great.
around for.
Hey, y'all, watch this.
What else you got?
But that's it. But it's a cooperative game. So like, there's a deck that pre-made villain decks, and you have to like the three of you are playing against.
Oh, against
Against.
Oh, okay.
The deck.
That's
I mean,
cool.
each card will tell you what to do. So we lost. We lost to the fucking who.
Please tell me you lost to like some.
No, we have to
like,
protect some fucking Morlocks, and you can't let the Morlocks die, and the fucking it makes the things a lot harder. Who are the people who raided the Morlocks?
Christians.
That raided the Morlocks,
I mean,
like the
base. They raided the base.
the guys that are like the kill all muties guys.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the scat. Is it?
They're not scavengers, something like that. I don't remember.
They're just like the militant, like the militia.
Yes.
Yeah,
Someone
yeah, yeah.
is screaming
It's like
at
it's
their-
like they have like an like FDA or something. Like, but it's not that. It's
Yes.
like, yeah.
But yeah,
It's like sending in the Pinkerton.
Yeah.
It's fun. I never played a cooperative card game like that before, or a board game even. Usually you're playing against each other. But yeah, that means it's a pretty well designed game. Because I don't know, people probably don't like to play a card games. I play a lot of card games like digitally and stuff. But that's a well designed set of cards that I've never heard of until now. I've heard it's been around for a while.
What's the name? It's Marvel what?
Champions, not Snaps. Snaps have been
Right.
they've been.
But isn't there's a mobile
advertising
game?
the shit out of it? That's Snaps.
Okay.
But this is a live like card
Card, yeah, actual
called Champions.
That's cool.
It's actually been around, and they keep putting out new characters deck for it. Which is I play that again.
Nice.
Huh.
But that's it.
Let's see what I got. For one, I watched the Curb finale,
Is it series finale?
series finale.
I
So
saw
it's
it.
done now. If you want to check it out.
Yeah. I saw what they did with Seinfeld. I thought it was pretty clever.
So it's very controversial. Like people either love it or hate it.
Same with the end of Seinfeld.
Yeah.
So I thought it was perfect.
So
I don't remember what happened.
So I wasn't familiar with the site because
Let me fill in everybody. So the end.
I know now, but
the last two episodes of the series Seinfeld, they end up in some small town and someone's getting mugged or robbed or something's happening, and I think one of them has a video camera for some reason, and they film it instead of helping. And the town has a good Samaritan law. If you see something happening and you don't act, you can go to jail. Well, it ends up being the four main characters are on trial, and they bring in every background character that they've ever wronged
as character witnesses.
and it basically ends with them in jail, and I think they're in New Hampshire or some shit, some small town, and that's how the show ends. The whole run of Seinfeld.
So same thing happens in Curb, except it's in the South, and they're voting. People are voting, and there's like I think, and it's like hot as fuck outside, and
Sounds right.
There's one lady's like, God bless, it's hot, like, and all this, and Larry gives her a bottled water, but it's like illegal to feed or like to do anything to voters. Like while they're in,
Help them.
I didn't realize.
to
Yeah,
sway them
So they arrest him
for tempering.
and then they put him
Voter
on trial.
tampering.
Everybody comes as character witnesses through the series history to come in and talk about their experiences with him. And then at the end, he gets found guilty. He gets sent to jail. But Jerry, who's in the show,
Is he in the show as Jerry? Okay,
Yeah.
that was one thing I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So Jerry is at a bar while the trial is going on and meets a witness who's like a Seinfeld fan.
Hang on, I'm sorry. Is he
The character or himself?
Yes.
Okay, is he in the show prior to this, or is he just in like this final run?
No. He pops up from time to time.
Okay, I don't guess I even realized.
He's not like he's not a common character, but he is a reoccurring character.
I was like, oh, it's Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he ends up meeting like a juror at the bar who I think was like a Seinfeld fan or something, and they start chatting it up, but that ends up breaching the juror agreement of, meddling with the fucking people and all that shit.
They have to throw it out.
And they have to throw it out, and they get out of jail. And as they're walking out of jail, I think Jerry looks over to Larry and he's like, this is probably how we should have ended the other one.
Yeah. Or the clip. The clip I saw is like Jerry comes to get him and he's like says something like, "Nah, I just want to hang out. I'm just going to stay here." And Jerry's like, "Nobody wants to see that," or something like that.
Yeah, there's that too. He says that
nobody
too.
wants to see that.
He's like, "I'm just going to stay here." He's like,
That's,
"Nobody
I
wants."
think that's
That's
meta,
cool.
smart and meta.
Yeah, I do too. But some people are like, "Oh, cop out, whatever." Like you're just retreading the same thing. I think it's kind of there's a beauty to it. Like they end up mirroring each other because the first episode,
it's like it mirrors. It's like
yeah. The first episode of Curb mirrors the first episode of Seinfeld in a way too. I forget, somebody put me onto it, but they're connected also.
That's cool.
So it's kind of like
And I mean, it's like acknowledging what happened with the first one, and also exploring a different route.
yeah,
you know.
yeah. So I thought it was well done. X-Men 97.
I heard it was good. I heard people have feels. I haven't watched it yet. It's episode 6 now.
All right, and I'm willing to be wrong on this. Okay, time will tell.
It's a bold statement, Paul.
Yeah, like time will tell. This episode came out, and I'm sorry, Joey, Chris, is going to be spoilers.
I have no intention of watching
It's going to
this.
have spoilers.
Spoilers in 3. 99.
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
It's a good episode of a good show that continues to be good.
And which episode is this in?
I don't know the name of it.
Like
Sentinels.
1, 2, 3, 12. How many into
Don't
it?
know.
I think it's 6.
4 or 5, maybe.
Okay.
Sentinels come in and destroy Geonosia. Geonosis? Genosha.
It's not the other one. That's
Geonosis.
Geonosis.
That's
That's Star Wars.
I'm
Where
watching Ahsoka. You can see where I'm. So anyway, Genosha, and Cable comes back, tries to warn them, can't get to them in time.
Nimrod's there, something right?
I don't know if Nimrod's in this one, but Sentinels are there. Sentinels are going crazy. They're killing mutants. Nightcrawler dies. Magneto dies. Gambit dies.
holy shit.
Yeah, all these mutants die, right? And I'm looking at the reaction online, right? And people are like, "Oh my god, what feels?" And "Oh, they killed." Like, "Oh god, I'm crying." And I'm like, and look, maybe I'm too skeptical, okay? But in my mind, I thought, what was I? Because I was like, damn, good episode, right? Gambit's my favorite X-Men character. He's my favorite Marvel character of all time. And he dies at the end very tragically and sacrificially. And I was like, damn, good episode. Turn it off. And you know why I just said, damn, good episode and turned it off? Because I've read a fucking comic book before.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's dead.
They're all coming back.
Yeah.
Nobody's dead.
Are you all dumb? Why are people still like, how could they do this? Everybody's coming back. Yeah. Cable is traveling through time in the episode.
Wait a minute. Are you telling me that a Marvel property is using time travel to tell stories? What a unique idea.
But I'm just like, and I thought it was good. I don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't want to frame
It's
this.
not
like,
that it's not good, but
Yeah.
you're viewing it in a realistic lens.
Yeah, everybody's coming back. They didn't kill Magneto.
Yeah.
You know, had they just killed a Morlock,
Yeah.
nobody would. I'd have been like, Dan, that's fucked. That's some real consequences for this show. Everybody's coming back. Everybody.
You know what? They can have different color costumes to sell more toys. Get the white suit, Magneto.
That's my problem. The people who are reacting that way should be how we feel about stories. I think personally.
Well,
the thing that we don't, that's a problem.
It happens first. There's always a first time for it, right? You know, but it's like a lot of these motherfuckers are 40-something years old acting like it's their first time.
Yeah.
Well, I will say it's like my wife grew up watching that show.
Me too.
She's never read a fucking comic book, and it's not going.
But I'm not talking about.
No. I'm just speaking in broad terms.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming the people that you're saying are screaming at the moon are, speaking of which, Eclipse, that was fucking cool.
They're of the culture.
They're of the culture that, okay. But if it was just like, I don't know, people we work with are like, I love that show. I can't believe they killed all these characters.
Then I would be like, damn, but
I thought even people who aren't in the know knows that nobody fucking dies in comic books.
No,
No, they don't know that?
No.
And this is a goddamn Disney cartoon, guys. Let's keep that in mind. It's a Disney cartoon. They're not, they're telling stories here.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
overall,
Tony Hawk stayed, not Tony Hawk, Jesus fucking Christ.
He's still alive.
he's still alive. He was actually,
He stayed alive.
His kid married Kurt Cobain's kid, I think.
yeah, something like that.
That's beautiful.
He was actually on
It was the 90s kids.
he was actually on AEW a couple weeks ago.
But I just
Tony Stark stayed dead in Marvel.
So far.
It's MCU.
So far.
I just couldn't believe. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
The reaction?
The reaction. It was so. Like it was. I was like, it is crazy if you don't understand that it's going to get undone. You know,
the whole genre.
Now,
like that's built into the genre now.
at the end, because I think they're cleared for 3 seasons or whatever. At the end of the 3rd season, if everybody stays dead, I'll come back on here and apologize.
there might be one person that stays dead. Just
Yes.
One.
I would say
I wouldn't
probably
give more
one.
than that. One important one.
And it's going to be a Morlock.
Did they?
I'll give them one important one.
Maybe.
Did they?
Didn't fucking
Maybe
Jean Grey-
Magneto.
didn't Jean Grey stay dead forever?
Maybe Magneto.
Hold on. Is Morph still dead?
Morph's alive in the whole. No,
thought
Morph, he came back in the old.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't know that. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, he came back
I've seen
crazy.
like
He
the
got
first-
Dark
Yeah,
Morph.
yeah.
I'll tell you how little I've seen of that. I think the episode. My memory of that is Wolverine having an Australian accent. I think he did for like the first 2 episodes.
It's Canadian,
or
bro.
something.
It's
Different show.
I thought he had like for the
It was
pilot
the-
of that, his voice was different.
So it's complicated.
Okay,
it was kind of a pilot, but it was called the Pride of the X-Men.
Yes.
and it was a test to see if X-Men could be successful.
Okay.
That spawned the arcade machine.
Yes.
and then it also spawned them making a series that's completely detached.
I
From
got
that.
you. Okay. My
Morph was
mistake.
the reason we got a Deadpool cameo in the original one. He was like moving through a lot of different.
Oh, that's
characters,
right,
and he
that's
also-
right,
and-
that's right,
and
that's right.
So Deadpool first time live animated.
But the show continues to be good. Just as good as it's always been, you know, and I'm enjoying it. I think people want me to get down on my knees and suck it off, but I'm just
that is ultimately.
I just don't think it's
ultimately,
that good.
I mean, are you glad they did it?
100%.
Okay, then
100%.
you win.
Yeah,
Then you win.
I'm happy. I'm happy with it. You know, but I think I wish we have a question this week that ties into like me not sucking it off, but you know, I think there needs to be room for that. There needs to be room for acknowledging. You know, I understand we live in an internet era, right? It's the greatest thing that ever happened, or it's the worst thing that ever happened.
Yeah.
And there's no room for like, yeah, you know, it was fine.
I see
or,
both sides.
Or it was pretty good.
And that's how, honestly, like wrestling is the tribalism in wrestling is ridiculous.
Yeah.
To that point. And it's just like nothing. It's either great or it's what the fuck was that? And there's no middle ground on anything anymore.
I often find myself,
There's no like Polish slasher films that are just okay.
yeah, you know,
I haven't
there's
checked.
at least one. But
I haven't got any. I haven't got any Google alerts that there's any new ones. So
I often find myself having discussions with people, and people want me to defend a stance I don't have. You know, they're like, dude, it's good, and I was like, yeah, and they're like, well, you like you don't like it. No, I like it.
I don't love it.
I like it. I might even. I love it as much as I love the original. You know, like I think that like if your whole life, right? If your whole life you have Papa John's, your whole life, right? It's good. It's good pizza. You know what I mean? And then if you have one day you have like a slice from the best New York spot in Brooklyn. You'd be like, damn, right? And then you can go back and have the Papa John's and be like, damn, I still like Papa John's. I grew up on Papa John's, still tastes good to me, and I still enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, yes, it's not this, but it was never trying to be this. You know, it was trying to be this, and I like this.
but
But it's like,
on that point,
why do you hate it? I'm like, what the-
Some of our New York friends, they're like, dude, I eat Domino's. It's Domino's.
Yeah.
It's not fucking New York style pizza.
Right,
It's
right.
fucking Domino's, and I love it
yeah.
for what it is. Right.
But it's the same type of shit, though. It's like, you know, but I find myself having to defend a stance, or people wanting me to defend a stance I don't have.
Yeah,
You know,
it's not that important. You don't need to have a stand on it.
yeah, I don't think it's Dune 2. You know, or I don't even think it's, you know, Empire Strikes Back or fucking like, you know, Godfather 2 or Aliens or.
But I don't think it's trying to be anything like that.
But people
Hold
are
up.
put it there.
People are putting it there.
okay.
That's the
is what-
problem.
is what
Well,
I'm
good,
saying.
for good. I mean,
Yeah,
listen,
which is fine, and I'm happy for them. But they're debating with me like I hate it just because I don't put it on that level. Where I'm like, no, I think it's just really good.
If you don't like it as much as me, then you hate it.
Exactly.
That's another extreme.
Exactly. That's how it feels. What else did I do, if anything? Oh, I know what I did. I muscled through another episode of Ahsoka. Maybe two episodes of Ahsoka. I have one left. It's just more like of what I said last week. It's more gobbledygook. It's more
MacGuffins.
It's more people, in my opinion, presenting Star Wars in a way that I'm not familiar with and doesn't make sense to me and doesn't look like Star Wars and doesn't feel like Star Wars, and they don't give you any effort. They don't give you any effort in explaining why you should care. That's probably my biggest issue is everyone expects me to care, but no one's trying to make me care. Right? So like Darth Steve and Darth Joanne, we still haven't got anything on them. Nothing. Right?
Are you holding your breath for this? For the
last
big
episode?
reveal?
For the last episode? No.
Okay, good.
Yeah. I
It's
figured.
just mysterious, bro.
Yeah. The witch lady. They want me to care, but they haven't tried to make me care. I don't like Thrawn. I like Thrawn, the character.
I
don't
like the actor.
I like the actor, but I don't like him as Thrawn. I don't believe it.
You don't like the portrayal?
Yeah, and I'm like, so here's the thing about Thrawn.
Real quick, is it the same guy that did the voice?
I think
it
so.
is.
I
It is
think
the
that's
same
why.
guy.
That's why they chose him.
him.
But-
And the look works. I mean, he's passable. He's honestly, to me, the guy's a little old to play the role.
and he's a little chubby, and that's not.
It's been years.
It has been, but Thrawn as a character
Wouldn't.
Yeah,
He stays put together.
he would be 100% in control of his life the entire time. He would never let his eating get out of control.
No matter
You know
how
what I mean?
no matter how good those Carillion donuts are, he's only going to have one.
Yeah. Like it just
Wonder
doesn't
what
make
the donut
sense.
spot is in Star Wars. Do you think Corellia has good donuts? All those people, like they're shipbuilders and stuff. they're
Maybe
eating their.
I would say it's probably
their
Coruscant.
calf in
though.
there.
I would say probably
Think
some spot.
I don't know,
I
man.
mean, Coruscant has everything.
That's the thing.
Yeah, you got to find it though.
How
Yeah,
deep,
that's
how
the
deep
trick.
does it go?
Bobby, I don't know if you know this. There's a book series about Coruscant.
At nighttime, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know that they actually mentioned. This has been a 7-year joke now. You know
He's
that,
read
right?
a bunch of
7 years.
stuff while he was on
7
vacation,
I
but
did.
not that.
They were
7
comics,
years.
to be fair.
7 years.
Yeah.
Is it been?
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It's been the longest running joke of my life, I think. I think it is.
What else? What did I want to say? If anything about Ahsoka? I just the choreography rather, the fight scenes is awful. It's so Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to me. And I don't. To be fair, I don't know if it's the choreography or the directing. Like I don't know if it's the camera angles and shit where it's like maybe.
Well, I'll tell you, part of it is the volume, not
Yeah.
the sound, the way they film it. Because
No. I'm talking about the literal fight scenes, like just the
I got
way.
you.
I think like just when you have a camera sit back and it just sits there while two people are fighting, it just feels very TV. Do you know what I mean? Like where like
It's not cinematic.
Yes, when you get in there and you're tight and you're up, like you could have a sword fighting scene, right? That's not a great scene if you're watching it. It's like when they do like TikToks
let's
or
use an
something
example
about
of
it.
something we all agree that's fucking fantastic. The fight scene between Atreides and the bad hair, bald guy
Yes.
at the end.
Yeah.
When he beats him in lieu of the fucking emperor.
Yeah.
Like that fight scene. It's fucking there's no music. It's just them, and it's God that's shot so well.
And no jokes.
Nope, not a single. Where do they get a load of me?
But yeah, it's fine. It's just nothing. It's just a shell of a piece of shit.
Well, there you go.
Let's see if I have.
I don't think Star Wars is ever gonna look like or feel like it used to just because it's
might not.
just because it's moved on.
There may be a renaissance at some point where people, we're going to go back and make original
Well, no,
Star Wars.
I
movies.
think even if it does get good again, some things just move on.
Yeah.
Just like what 40K for instance, all the miniatures and every design and everything is fucking beautiful now.
Yeah.
But it's completely different in the 40K. I know when I see miniatures from the 90s or whatever, they are technically not as good, but they don't give me the same feel. Like when I look at that, I'm like, oh, that feels like 40K to me.
I'm also continuing to watch that Nickelodeon documentary on HBO Max.
Quiet on set.
Yeah, Quiet on the Set. So they have this scene. They have this they talk some of the things. I'm like, so it's fucked, right? It's weird. It's weird.
I've got context on this when you get done telling me.
It's a bunch of weird. It's weird, right? It's 100% weird. Like they have peanut butter on some of these kids and let dogs lick it off. Like it's fucking weird, right? And I do think that sexualizing young people is fucked, obviously, right?
Yeah. It's been that way.
And I was like, but like, I'm also thinking about this, right? Like, and if any of the rape stuff, any of that, of course, that's a different pocket, right? But not everybody has those accusations, But this one guy, they make out to be a creep.
Dan Schneider.
Yeah, and I think he is a creep, but he's not the one that's also getting the rape accusations. That's a different dude. in the show.
In the show.
Okay. But I think.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking. So that guy that would the guy who Drake Bell accused. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think Dan looks like a target. You know, like if you saw that motherfucker out on the street, you'd be like, oh god damn, like keep that weirdo away from me. You know what I mean? So I think he's like an easy target for it, and I think he has some weird shit, inappropriate, maybe, probably, definitely, but like. You know, we're also hypocrites about some of this shit, right? Because like we were 100% okay with sexualizing Britney Spears. Her first single, I don't even know if she was 16, and she's in a Catholic schoolgirl skirt, shirt tied up. Like, we're not being honest with ourselves about some of this stuff, right? But I think they wanted this dude, Dan Schneider. I said, even though they got the dude Brian, and Brian was the monster. That's the dude that needs to go under the jail forever and ever and ever, right? But I think this show, it's being framed as like, you know, Dan Schneider's this weirdo, but it should really, in my opinion, be more framed about like, what are we allowing children to do to be stars?
Yeah.
Like
And
Hollywood's culture of children and entertainment should be how this is framed, and less about like a hit piece on this dude Dan. And this dude Dan, I think, is a weirdo. Don't get me wrong. But like,
he's just one of the problems.
yeah, but I find it odd that they're so focused on him when this other dude was like raping children.
Well, and not to justify anything, God forbid.
Yeah.
That dude's already been tried and convicted. This stuff with Dan Schneider, this is like the first time it's come. Like the shit with the feet. Like I remember, like, so Mason grew up watching all this shit. So I watched it pretty much just, you know, I enjoyed some of it. I thought they had some funny jokes, but thinking about it, like, and there's a weird way these shows. So it was iCarly. iCarly was like the first one, and then they did a show called Victorious, which was about these. This girl who was in a band, and then like high school people. That's where Ariana Grande came from.
Right. Who they have laying on the bed with water all over her face. Like it's weird.
Yep. I remember.
I've not watched any Nickelodeon.
Inappropriate.
I have no idea.
So I remember watching Victorious, and there was an episode where, and I don't even know if people do this. There's fish that'll eat the dead skin off your feet or something like that.
Yeah.
But you can get an infection really easy from that. Well, they have the scene on there where these kids are all barefoot and they're putting their feet in these fucking, you know, in a fish tank thing or whatever to let this. And I remember thinking, this is fucking weird. But then like the Nickelodeon foot, I wonder how many people that grew up watching that have a fucking foot fetish and don't know why.
Yeah.
They fed so much foot stuff.
I'm just saying.
And I'm not done watching it yet, so my opinions may change, but that's where I'm at right now. One of the things they were critical of was like there was a, you know, like in this group of kids, there was a black kid, and like they made him like a rapper, Little Fetus, when he was like
I remember that.
as a fetus, and like they were like, you know, of course you make the black kid the rapper, like was one of the things that was said on it, and it's like, I hear you, but like. I've also seen when like they do this shit and they put the white kid in it and they turn his hat around backwards and they do all that sort of goofy ass shit, and then they're like, look how they have them appropriating and, you know, ridiculing and mocking the culture, right? So I think it's like a lose-lose in some of these situations, and that's really all I got on it. The only other thing I've been doing is watching a lot of Beyonce stuff, preparing for this Bobby Boogie Bop show, and I have very complicated opinions on her.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say this. I'm not sure she's real.
What do you mean?
So
I'm not sure she really exists.
Oh, okay.
So I think underneath that skin might be an android body.
Oh, so just like that Pepsi or whatever commercial she had where she was
she was in Austin Powers where that
Yeah.
was she a fembot in Austin?
she wasn't, but like it's
okay.
funny though.
But it's interesting
See your
watching.
nipples with the guns.
She had all that controversy in the beginning of her career with Destiny's Child kind of kicking out members, hiring new members, kicking out members. And she plays into that. You can watch these interviews where she's like, she talks really openly. She feels like a real human. And I don't know if it's the media training that came from that, but at a certain point it changes and then everything is surface. You know, you could tell that these people, when she walks into interviews, they're not allowed to ask questions. You know, they like it'll be like, you know, the most insightful Beyonce interview, and they'll be like, "What's your favorite fruit?" You know, like who gives a shit? Talk to me about these records in a real way, not in a I was in a really emotional space, so there's a lot of emotional records. You know, I was in a really cold space. There's like a lot of cold records. You know, it's always that type of shit. It's like there's something
The thermostat was broken, so I wore a coat.
and I think she's incredibly talented. She can sing her ass off, all that kind of stuff. She's like, but there's something up, and
Is she media trained to a fault? Is that what
I
you're
think
saying?
so, and I think it's also that child
sucks.
star element. You know that like Janet has a bit of that, where like you never really get to know if you're like seeing really who Janet is or was. But anyway, enough about that.
I mean, that's part of problem with a person who doesn't grow up in a normal like social situation. You're not socialized,
Agreed.
quote unquote, properly, or you socialize in a completely different way where you don't live like a normal human.
I'm going to do questions first because we only have a half hour left.
Yeah.
And so Waleed wrote in. He
up,
actually
Waleed?
he hit me up specifically and was like, "Is Joey going to be there this week?" So he says, "How's it hanging? Hope you and your loved ones are all well." My question this week is for Joey, but I would appreciate input from the rest of the team if you have any suggestions or insight. Joey, last NRR episode, you mentioned you're studying for an exam to take place in about a month, probably 2 weeks away.
I'm starting today.
How's it going? Do you have any tips, strategies that work for you? What are your thoughts on? Oh, okay. We'll start there first.
I'm sorry, just fill me in because I've been there.
I'm trying to take a law exam for DC to get licensed in DC
to do what?
to be licensed as a. Do you have to get get a
law? I thought you were
law.
talking about lawyer shit. I'm like, wait a minute.
No, pharmacy law.
You sneak a degree and you didn't tell us?
You have to get
I've been going to law school for 3 years. You guys didn't know?
you can't be a pharmacist and lawyer. Some of my classmates.
So
do that.
DC as an entity, you have to.
Every state has a different
It's not a state though.
representation without taxation.
Yeah.
It's on the tax.
Taxation without representation.
I'm kidding. So sorry.
But yes, I need to.
No,
I gave myself 2 months a month ago. I started playing Final Fantasy VII.
Bro,
Do you
I'm
have
the
any
same
tips
way.
or strategies that work?
Wait till the last minute.
No, but like it's hard for me to say because so test taking is a skill, one that like Bobby doesn't
Agreed.
have.
I don't have it.
Right, but you're great at an oral exam, so to speak. And I'm terrible. at it.
Right.
So I can't give you any tips. I
can
got through a
administer
lot of life academically and professionally because I'm a good test taker and because I have a phenomenal memory, at least short term wise. Like I'm the guy who I like people that don't cram. I'm like, that works for me. I know it's not the best, but unfortunately I can memorize like a book by tomorrow and then forget it the day after.
Right.
So it's not the best strategy. I don't suggest you do what I do, but I just know it works for me for my purposes.
What are your thoughts on nootropics? Do you see it as a form of cheating?
No.
Tantamount to anabolic steroids or erythropoietin in competitive cycling?
What is that? What he's asking about, Joe?
That's a priority.
What's a neurotoxin?
It's toxic for your neurons. Nootropics is like it helps your brain function. Usually, it boiled down at its simplest terms.
Is it coming in a 5-gallon bucket? Because I sure shit could use it.
It's like it's not the same as like Geritol and shit, where they're like, it enhances your memory. No, it's because they have like measurable physiological effects, right? Erythropoietin, like you're gonna have more blood cells. You can test that. You're fucking generating more blood cells than you're supposed to. Anabolic steroids, you're building more muscles than you normally would. I don't know if nootropics are like that yet. I don't think they've been out for a while, but I don't think they've been studied enough. And I don't. When it comes to quote unquote cheating, man, like. I have a stand on it. I don't think it's a real thing, first of all. Or what's natural and not natural. It's not a fucking real thing. If you're on Adderall, are you fucking cheating? Are you cheating on your test because you're on Adderall? You have a focus edge over someone who's not taking it, right? If you don't have ADD.
Have you guys seen the enhanced games? So they're doing Olympic style
It's like
competitions,
special,
but
not,
you can, but they're not
special
testing.
Olympics.
They're not testing.
See, I want to see that because, like, look, nobody goes to not nobody. It's not popular to go to a tested bodybuilding competition for a fucking reason. People want to see giant, superhuman freaks.
So
to speak.
and I don't know who's. There's a bunch of venture capitalists investing in this, but they have $1 million bounty out there. Anybody can break the. I don't know which swimming record it is, but if you can break the record, then it's $1 million. So there's some Australian swimmer that's going to come out of retirement,
Waleed might know who it is.
dope himself to the gills.
Fuck yeah.
And he said, give me 3 months, I can break the world record.
Look, it's your fucking body. You can do what you want. The only thing is, like, you just have to fucking tell people. And fucking, we've seen the fucking documentaries, man. the Olympics and shit. Everyone's fucking doping.
I mean, even if you look, I think about Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire, right?
and people wanted to see that,
dude, that was some of the highest
they call
ratings
it the greatest era of baseball.
ever gotten when those guys were just destroying the balls.
And all these fucking wrestlers, they all fucking juicing. The Rock is
they all
fucking
are.
juicing.
Yeah, they all are.
Who are we
Nobody,
fucking
they're
kidding,
not even
man?
testing for that shit.
Like, who
anymore.
are we fucking kidding?
I mean, you think about like, and the thing people don't realize about wrestling is back when Hogan and those guys were jacked to the gills, and he was, 303 pounds of fucking, chubby muscle like he was. Steroids were legal.
Yeah,
they were legal
were.
until like they weren't, and then it's like, well,
So he said a few years back, I used a product called Neurogenex
Okay.
to help me prepare for a really important exam. Its main constitute was galantamine,
Galantamine, yeah.
and which is a acetylcholine esterase inhibitor.
Okay.
Hope Bobby had fun saying that out loud. He says it seemed to anecdotally help. Unfortunately, it is no longer available. I'm wanting to know if you have any experience with nootropics and whether you have any good experiences and or recommendations. Good luck on your exam. Finally, all of you at the table, greatly appreciated for your tenacity and commitment to keeping NRR alive and entertaining. Thank you all for your service.
we do our best.
Well, thank you. I mean, I've never, because I've never needed. I've thought about it because I've access to it. Like to any fucking drug I want because I have enough doctor friends and other stuff. I can get whatever it is I want basically to be prescribed to me and use it. But I fucking don't because I haven't needed it, and I'm more worried about the long-term consequences of things like Adderall more than steroid.
Yeah.
Steroids and stuff are like you know what's going to happen, right? And you know what the bad parts is, and you know you can stop and what is going to happen to your body afterwards.
Yeah.
With shit like nootropics and fucking Adderall and all this shit, I don't know, man, because of the field I work in, and I think it's a classist situation where things are viewed differently because of who is taking what drugs, but the people on fucking Ritalin and Adderall act the exact same way as the OxyContin people. They are the same fucking people taking different drugs. They are fucking addicts, and it's fucking sad.
I'm taken back.
So, like, I don't know if you know that. Did you actually? You do, because I had to get it for you. Also, a lot of the ADD drugs in last year was on back order, just like the Mounjaro is now, and the way these fucking people acted when they couldn't get their fucking Adderall or Ritalin,
Right.
it's ridiculous. And like, I'm more worried about that effect than steroids, because steroids is not fucking effective.
Next one is from Astartes Pete. Hello, lovely boys. Hope this finds you well. I recently treated myself to the full set of Expanse books, which I'm very much enjoying.
Fuck yeah.
I'm a traditionalist, paper books only, no audiobooks, and certainly no e-readers. That's partly because I enjoy the physical medium, but mostly because I spend my working life behind dual laptops, yeah, let's give you one. So value that away from screen time. It's nice to unplug and lose myself in a story. Are there any things you refuse to move with the times and stick with the old ways like this? Peace and love.
I'd say mine is a lot of my company uses OneNote, which is a Microsoft product to take notes, and I cannot get out of my fucking pencil paper notebook. Like, I take
It's
notes.
faster a lot of times.
Yeah.
No, with pencil and paper.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
No.
I use both. I use electronic notes, but like at work, especially, I use paper a lot because I can scribble down quick things that no one can read, but I know what it is later.
For me, I feel like I walk a fine line. I do prefer having proper books. There is something to
Have
me.
them, but not necessarily read them.
Yeah, it depends on the book.
That's my issue. I have a bunch of books that I just look at.
Issue. I see what he did.
Man, I got more issues than Rolling Stone.
What about discs, Bobby? How
So that's the same thing. So like, it's like I enjoy the digital element of all of it, honestly, of being able, like, if I'm at work, right, and I'm talking to somebody about, like, somebody, this happens to me from time to time where people would be like, ask Bobby he knows about Superman, ask him about Superman, and I'll try to explain something about his character, and I'll be like, man, like, there's this one book where there's this cat, and I'm like, you know what, and I can bring it up.
Yes.
It's right here. Right, I enjoy that element. I utilize that element of digital media, and but then I have it. I also have it when I read it for the first time. Turning that page and all of it is an experience for me that I value. Right. Same with like movies and shit. I love the fact that I can turn on the different streaming app or whatever and have access to something. But when God giveth and God taketh away, and when they taketh away, it's important for me to have it if I want to watch it, which is why I hold on to physical media in that same way. Music I handle differently because I haven't. The last CD I bought was the Batman vs Superman soundtrack.
Oh,
right. So I haven't bought a CD since, but I buy every piece of music digitally that I like, and it goes into my library, and I at least have it. I have it.
they can take it away.
For instance, I don't know if you guys are keeping up with this. Obviously not you, Joey, but unless you're hearing about it at work, maybe, perhaps. But this Kendrick Drake, you would be the only one that would know what I'm talking about, and he's out of the room. So there's this whole situation going on.
I see memes about it. I don't know what it's about, but I see memes about it.
It's fascinating. The whole thing is fascinating, and we're seeing things we've never seen, including a diss record that was released, right, called 7 Minute Drill, not by a drill artist, mind you, and I hadn't heard it, but I opened it up on my phone and I saw it, and I was like, I'm buying that. And the reason why is because I know this artist, not personally, obviously, but I know his work, I know his demeanor, and I was like, I don't know if this shit's going to be around.
He's gonna take it down.
He's going to take this down. He's going to backpedal this shit and take it down. Was my worry. It wasn't necessarily my prediction, but because just knowing who he is, this guy J. Cole, I was worried. 10%, but enough to buy it. I bought it. A week later, he took it down.
Was it? I mean,
Is this the Drake diss?
Was it?
Well,
Was it worth the?
Or the Kendrick?
K-Dot. Yeah, Kendrick. did.
I haven't heard that yet.
But is it something worth having, or is it just like like a FOMO kind of thing? You don't want to not have it.
So for me, I ended up liking the song fair enough, so I would have bought it anyway.
Okay.
But it's, to me, like there's a historical element to some of this stuff that I like to document. Just you know,
yeah.
You know,
music
yes.
enthusiast.
So like, so I wanted it, and now I bought it. It's taken down now, so it's gone.
But you have it.
But I have it.
Yeah. It's important.
So
I will say, I figured this would come up in some capacity. And I was telling Kelly last night that, and I said, rap drama is just like wrestling drama.
I mean, you know who said that?
Joe Budden.
Hove.
Oh, okay. Fair.
He said, "This ain't beef. This is wrestling."
When did you say that recently?
No, this was back in the Nas days.
Oh, back on me and my man AI.
Yeah. So like, and sometimes it is.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Sometimes it is beef, unfortunately.
No, I know.
And then that goes a different way.
Well, I mean,
But it's a competitive sport. Always has been, always will be. And actually, to be fair, all art is competitive.
It is. And I think stuff like this, I mean, rising tides raise all ships or whatever it is.
Yes.
It's
Now,
more eyes on the product.
J. Cole came out and apologized for his diss record.
You saw that coming.
I saw the possibility.
So just real
you
cliff
were right.
notes. What is he dissing about?
So it all starts the big three: Kendrick, Drake, and Cole.
And who decided that was that?
People.
Okay.
So like it was
love them.
They are the Nas, Biggie, and Jay of their day, right? And they've kind of been competing for that number one spot for over a decade now. And people make different arguments, right? Kendrick's probably the most technically gifted. J. Cole arguably makes the best songs. Drake has the best commercial success and arguably body of work. So there's arguments to be had on all.
The biggest dick.
So I don't know. I can't.
From what we've seen.
But like, they've been competing for this spot, and it's kind of just been bubbling. Little subliminal lines here, little things there. There's been like some hate, some support hate, some if I was any better, I'd be you. Shit like that.
I'm just trying to get like you, Playboy.
Yeah. So there's been like a lot of subs. The most kind of like, there's really something here now was on a song by Baby Keem featuring Kendrick called Family Ties, where Kendrick said, "I'm smoking on top fives." And then he said, fuck, at some point he said, "Fuck your album, fuck that single, burn your hard drive." And then at a certain other point he said, "I'm number one, the number two's been DMing my bitch, but I don't care. It's cool, don't ask why." So that suggests to me that now, okay, something's going to come at some point, so to speak. And it did. Future who put out an album with Metro Boomin,
which is got some really fucking bangers on. I listened to some of it.
So I'm not. I
know you're not into that pocket of music.
Yeah, and I'm not a big Metro Boomin fan, but
I like his stuff
but people love it, and it's in this album like that. The single featuring Kendrick dissing Drake and Cole has been number one for like 3 or 4 weeks
and what's
now.
the name of that track?
It's called Like That. During the time where the fucking Beyonce record came out. Beyonce, one of the biggest artists on the planet, comes out. Her album goes number one, but she can't get a single above Like That, right?
Wow.
Like That, Kendrick disses both of them. J. Cole fires back with 7-minute diss. 3 days later, apologizes for it. 4 days after that, takes the song down.
So the Metro Boomin thing came out first?
Yes.
And then, oh, dude, really? You're gonna get dissed, cut a diss, and then apologize?
Yeah. So
Bro.
and now here's my thing. I like Cole. I like Cole.
I like him a lot.
I like him a lot. He's out of that conversation for me now.
Out of the talk because he backed down.
Because he backed down. Like you can't be in the greatest
I may need
conversation.
you to send me that song so I can hear this.
Because you need all of it. You need the whole story. You need commercial hits. You need success. You need accolades. You need the streets. You need the charts. You need lyrics. You need beats. You need the whole package to be considered the greatest, right? And one of the elements of the whole package is you need to be battle tested. And he lost. He lost to himself. Well, to his own heart.
His team lost.
Yeah.
Because, somebody told him to do that.
So he is now out of that conversation for me. But anyway, I don't know how I got all through this to that, but holding on to things. So I think
Physical media. Holy shit.
So I think with most of this media discussion, I know it's the joke that I can't keep up with the times and shit like that, but I think I do balance. I keep a balance of utilizing the digital space while not trusting it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's right too. Like, there's I don't know, it's going to happen. It's a class action lawsuit trying to happen where, gaming service is shutting down their live service, but then now your game doesn't work. So, but it should be a one player game. It's like a racing game.
Yeah.
Right. But it's live service. So you're
A racist game? What do you do?
You go around and
That's not. Last question.
Well, hang on real quick. You get to pick which race you are and which race you're.
You draft. You get to draft the race.
It's a fighting game. The race draft.
I mean, Street Fighter's already
did Dave Chappelle do the race draft?
Yeah, it was great.
Okay.
I've always wanted a home. I always wanted to say this for shizzles. Okay.
I still wash my dishes by hand. I don't use the dishwasher other than as a drying rack. I never will.
Okay.
That's what I hold on to.
Last question is from Corey. He says, "Hey crew, hope everyone made it through the eclipse with most of your eyesights intact. Not a question, but a thought today. Emailing today because I heard Bobby's feedback about X-Men 9/7 being on par with the original series, but not something really special. Feel free to correct me if I'm missing the nuance about this, but that feels about right. I think it is right, but that doesn't mean it's not special,
And doesn't mean it's not good.
It's right. But it is kind of special." Because they captured the spirit right.
Yes.
That's what makes it special. They didn't do anything greater or less.
Yep.
To me. But
That's hard. 20, 30 years later.
Agreed. He says, minus the Mojo episode that I wasn't a huge fan of, I didn't agree at all, but I could see the point of view. Fair enough. Spoilers in 99, 98. This week's episode, Remember It, became my favorite single piece of X-Men media, period. The writing is superb and intentionally reminiscent of the 90s show.
Is this the one you're probably talking about? Okay.
There's a lot of subtle callbacks in the most recent episode to the first episode with Madeline had her vision of Graves while going after that guy in jail. But the way they adapted E is for Extinction. The characterization in this episode, it was amazing and gut-wrenching. Gambit sacrifice, the understanding of the characters, and the way to borrow but not steal from the source material is what the MCU needs to be looking into. Yeah, so I don't disagree with what he's saying here, but I also feel like the original series did that really well too. They danced around a lot of the great classic X-Men stories and it wasn't a one-for-one copy, but it was just the right balance and callbacks and Easter eggs and all of the whole sauce.
Yep.
So like, and that's the conversation I often find myself in. No disrespect to Corey, but I find myself in this episode where I'm, I agree. Great. Just as great as the previous. Nothing amazingly. It's not something like we didn't find a new element on the periodic table. You know what I mean? It's the same elements on the periodic table.
But hey, listen, if you like fucking peanut butter sandwiches, and they make a good peanut butter sandwich. Eat the peanut butter sandwich.
Yeah, and it's a goddamn good sandwich.
That's right.
You know,
But it's not the best sandwich in the world.
no,
Not even close.
and never was.
Yes.
You know, but a far cry from even the most average sandwich. You know what I mean?
Yep.
A far cry from it. It was always far above average.
Yep.
Right? Really, really, really good. God damn, it's good. You know.
I think I know what I'm going to eat when I get home.
Real quick, we have a couple extra minutes. Anybody watch the Joker trailer or teaser?
Yeah, I saw it.
Not enough. Not enough. It doesn't look bad though.
No.
I need to figure out, is this fucking thing going to be a musical or not? And, I
all Barbie cares about.
Yeah, and I don't have my answer yet. That's what I find.
When does that come out? No.
October? Maybe?
Okay.
Maybe it's both.
Still a ways off.
Maybe it's got some musical elements.
Yeah, and I think that's my guess. Is it might be like
Not a musical altogether.
not a musical altogether.
What if
musical
it's
part.
What if it's a Seussical?
Yeah.
It's a musical, Dr. Seuss.
Let's see if I have anything else on here. Hold on. Oh, it's in the group. Sorry, my apologies. All right.
I got
wait, let me for questions.
yeah, go ahead.
You can email us at nerdrageradiomail@gmail.com.
O.J. Simpson died. That happened.
I thought it was just a meme.
No, cancer finally caught him.
Is it cancer?
Yeah, so I have one too. 76. He had a good run.
Oh man. Oh, that was good.
Did you ever see? And God bless the dead. I don't know the fucking who the fuck knows. But like, did you ever see the Mad TV bit of him? It was like the blooper reel of his interview with 60 Minutes that you could buy.
Remember.
And it was like I forget who played him, but somebody was like, and listen. I will not stop until I find it. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't. Take over.
It was probably Orlando Jones that played him.
So good, dude.
Sounds about right.
Good stuff.
Yeah, so good.
stuff.
Let's see what else there was. Yeah, the only other thing I have is this end of the Masterpiece line. Have you seen anything about that?
Yeah,
What's that?
I'm confused, to be honest.
So I did a sit down Saturday on it today. I'll send you a link if you're
Please
interested.
do,
Just remind me, because I don't. You're always, I just forget the
I'm
shit.
gonna put it in our group chat right now.
But like, in short, right? If you want my full thoughts on this, it's on Patreon. But in short, it's a rebranding. I think rebrands happen for a reason, though. I don't think it'll ever be what it once was, and that doesn't. It could be better for all the fuck I know. I don't necessarily view it that way, but I think that basically the MPG line, which started with the trains,
Is that what that is?
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. That does. Yep, I remember that.
Yep. So
Nobody really say anything about it then, though.
So MPG 09 is the kind of trailer to Genrai, God Genrai Prime,
Yep.
and MP60 is the prime to go with the trailer.
Wow. Okay.
And much like the trains that merged, these two merge, and it also will merge the lines, and it's going to move forward in that capacity.
But is it it's a different scale? Do you get into the scale part
So
of it?
I don't even know if they're going to care about scale anymore. And I think you're going to see more of a focus on them making pieces and less on a focus of like completing a collection. I don't think
Which
it's
they never fucking did.
right. I don't think you're ever going to see the obscure characters again. I think it's going to be them more about like impartial, like look what we can do.
Greatest hits.
Yeah.
You know, I know you reviewed. I've got that. I don't know, whatever the new G1 Optimus Prime. I've got it. It should be here next week.
Which I fucked up. I fucked up a ton of shit in the review, but
well-
my point is still.
No, I didn't. Don't spoil. I haven't. I've gone out of my way to not be spoiled by it. Like I haven't even looked at people's pictures because I want to experience it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. I just missed some technical things, but
Of course you did.
my opinion on it
Doesn't
doesn't change. Independent of that.
Yeah.
So Masterpiece is done then.
Well,
Yeah,
in
yeah.
name at least.
in name, and as we knew it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
it's-
only like at the spirit of
You know,
it.
and to be
I
fair,
saw-
this has happened before, right? Because the MPO1 and Megatron was a different understanding
And-
of what
and Starscream
Yeah,
then,
it
and
was a
then they-
different understanding of what Masterpiece was, and then it changed. and,
MP10 reset it basically.
yeah, and made it something new, and now this is going to be something new. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
For better or worse.
For better or worse, and that remains to be seen.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm not the most optimistic person in the world when it comes to Takara. I think Takara has had significant financial issues since the Pokemon loss of licensing to what they had, and it's not like a complete loss of license. It's just in certain media. Blah blah blah. I don't want to get into it, but
I didn't see anybody post it, but that little meme format of like it's a guy rubbing his hands behind a tree as like Keith watching the announcement. Fans always like, because now it's like, well, and part of it you wonder, and of course what they've got to be aware of the third party market.
Oh my God!
And maybe at some point they're like,
and
we got to do something different because. We could do.
My question is third party going to follow suit? Because they have in the past.
They usually did.
They when the MP10 reset shit and third party followed scale. When the more tuned stuff happened, third party followed scale. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so.
Right. But I just wonder if they'll continue to fill in the holes for your Headmaster's shelf and get into some of that oddball masterpiece stuff. Because like, well, there's no Takara's not making
it's
this
out
at
now.
this point.
They're out.
So if you want a masterpiece,
it's also interesting because there's a thought in there of a question, and I'm not saying you right, wrong, or indifferent, or yes or no, but did third party win?
That is that's probably another sit down.
As a whole, I would think. But
you should reach out to some of your contacts and ask those questions.
But I think it is going to be interesting, and I think that I think it also speaks to just where the brand is in general. I don't think it has the strength and vitality that it used to have.
I don't think it will. I think it's just going to dwindle over time, like most toy-related things or 80s-related things.
Yeah.
Like is there another movie coming out at some point?
Yeah, good question. I don't know.
But
that'll be 10 more.
Like the high-end toys aren't being made by Takara.
Yeah, and most of there's a lot of movie stuff being made right now. I would say that you could argue, at least in the masterpiece space, there's far more movie stuff being made than
I'm assuming that's the demographics you're going for, right? It's not the fucking 40-something-year-olds who has all the masterpieces anymore. It's like maybe the 30-year-olds.
Yeah, maybe.
And it may end up being something along the lines of what
that's interesting.
They're doing with the main line, whereas there's 6. They're putting out the next wave 6 figures, and there's somebody from Prime, there's somebody from Animated, and there's they're re-releasing Ramjet finally. Awesome! I'm going to buy that instead of, and maybe that'll be it. It's like, hey, here's the next 6 things we do. 2 of them are masterpiece scale. We're not going to call it that, but you can see how big they are, and then we're going to do some chug stuff too. Which I'm here for the chug stuff.
It's funny. A lot of us got into this like in our mid to late 30s. So like guys today that are in their mid to late 30s, what are they into in Transformers? That's an interesting point that we don't have time to get into a whole lot, unfortunately, but maybe we can address it again next week. I want to give a shout out to Phil on our notes and on Twitter, and Dante on our Facebook, and Ricky Tiki Timber on a video here and there. Shout out to Ricky, though. He's been going through some shit, so shout out to Ricky. And
he's been getting a lot of G.I. Joes, hasn't you, Ricky? He knows what I mean.
And to you, the listeners, as well. And it's good to have you guys back.
It's good to be back.
Hopefully it can be a trend.
Feels good.
But I'm not gonna
only
put on my
off Thursday next week.
I'm off Thursday.
Looks like we might be able to sort this out, boys.
Yeah, all right. Till next time. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. No, different show.
And with that,
Flappy Labius.
Tasty.
Tight dick player.